another episode of the Kingdom Believers podcast. Today is a very, very special episode. Today is episode number 10. We are halfway through season number 1. That is right. This is the mid-season finale. I'm so excited to continue this season on. It's 10 more episodes. We're going up to 20 episodes, and from here on out, it's just going to be so amazing. I really hope you guys are continuing to be blessed by the stuff that I'm presenting to you guys. I hope you guys are liking the videos. I hope you guys are continuing to subscribe, because my subscribers have been growing, and that is greatly appreciated. That is not why we are here. We are here to get followers, subscribers to the kingdom. But it does help the channel when you guys do subscribe. It does help when you like. It does help when you share and comment. So I thank you, everyone who is doing those things. Today we just gonna hop right into the episode. The title of this episode is called I Am Not Alone. I am not alone. When I say I'm not alone, I don't necessarily mean I have friends and family around me. Maybe you do, maybe you do not. But regardless of whether or not you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, a spouse, a child, a friend, if that, one thing we do have is we have a friend in Jesus. And one thing we know for a fact is that Jesus will always be here with us. One thing I talked about, and I believe it was one of the episodes where it was titled Getting God's Presence, where, yeah, I believe that's what it was. It was it was meditation, temptation, and elevation is what I discussed. And the meditation is you getting in God's presence, you seeking his face. The temptation is when the fight starts and you have to battle these, the things that you struggle with on a day-to-day basis. And then the elevation is when you get to the victory and then you move on to the next test. But through that process, from when you started to pray and when you started to meditate, that's when you knew that God was there with you, obviously, because you're speaking to him. But he's in the fight too. He is in the fight too. He's here with me at this very moment because he's giving me these words. He's helping me. And he's there when you're sitting on the couch watching TV, or he's there when you're sleeping. And as creepy as some people may say, like, why is he watching you at all times? Because he's there to protect. He is there to protect you. He is there to help you. He's there to let you know that you are not alone. See, one thing I discussed in that episode is, I believe the scripture was Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30. The Lord your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. So he's there with you, and he's going ahead of you to go fight. He's going to go fight your battles, because your battle is already won. One thing I just talked about on my Snapchat, one particularly was about, I believe it was James chapter 1, 22 through 26. It was talking about how not only being a hearer of the word, but a doer also. And then I also spoke on how you have to, when you ask the Lord for something, you have to put your faith in him, right? And you have to, this is all in James chapter 1, you have to put your faith in him, and you have to believe that he'll do it, right? Because the Lord is not just going to turn away from you and rebuke you for asking him for something. No, but the issue comes into play when you don't receive this gift that you're asking for, when you go looking for it from someone else. When you go out and try to, so say if I got on my knees right now and I said, Lord, please bless me with a car. But then I go to my mom and I'm like, Ma, you think you could spot me some money so I can get myself a car? And then you go to, I'll say, my godfather, be like, what's up? Can you spot me some money so I can get myself a car? Hey, friend, Celis, Matt, Mal, my brothers, and I'm saying, like, y'all got some cheese so I can get a car. You're going to look for blessings and you're going to look for handouts from other people. You're doubting the fact that God will work it out on his own. He will work it out on his own. See, he's there. So he knows already what you need. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. So you're sitting here, you're waiting for these blessings to come in and you're asking for them, but then you go out and you put your faith in someone else. You put your faith in something else, and the scripture is saying that it's basically saying don't go asking everyone for it, because if you have faith in God alone, because he's the only one that can give it to you. You don't want to put your faith in anyone but God, because when you have faith in man and God, he won't give you anything. It's just that simple. Because you can't expect something from God and expect the same thing from man. You can't serve two masters. And a lot of you are looking at this video and saying, I'm not serving two masters. I'm confused. What are you referring to? I'm not necessarily saying that you're getting on your knees, bowing down to the next man. No. But when you put your faith in man and expect them to give you something, and you also ask for that exact same thing from God, you can't expect a result. Because man isn't able to do anything without God's will. Without God giving the okay, like, yeah. But you can't go looking for handouts from man after you've already asked it from God. You expect God to show up and show out because he's already there. He knows what you need. This is what I'm saying when I say you're not alone. Because he just wants you to ask for these things because he's there. He sees that you need some toilet paper in your bathroom. He sees that you need food in your refrigerator. He sees that you need cleaning supplies. He sees that you need a car. You're walking to work. He sees that. He doesn't miss anything. He knows all. So when I say he's there for you, you're not alone. James chapter 1 verses 2 and 3 says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." You're tested, right? And just like in the Getting God's Presence video, the meditation, temptation, and elevation, you're going to be tested. But just like James said, when troubles come of any kind, when troubles come of any kind, it's showing you, it's giving you the opportunity, it's giving your faith the opportunity to grow. It's giving you the opportunity to have great joy because you're not alone in that. Just like Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30. The Lord your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. He showed you what he's done for the children of Egypt. You're his child as well. So don't you think that he'll bring you out of the situation too? Don't dwell on the situation itself. Dwell on the afterward. Dwell on once the bell dings and the fight is over. Because you've already won. You have the one who created heaven, earth, grass, leaves, trees, water, fish, birds, bears, all these different things. You and everything that you have, he's created it. And he's going to fight your battles for you. Don't you think you've already won? He sees what you're about to go into, so he goes ahead of you. You don't know what you're about to get into, but once you approach it, once you're walking down that lonely road and you hit a roadblock and it says, hey, this roadblock is titled depression. You just hit depression like a brick wall. Guess who's standing on top of the brick wall? God is standing on top of the brick wall. Guess what? He's also standing on the other side of the brick wall. He's covering your entire situation. So when James says that When troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. Through that depression, don't let that depression get you down, because you should have joy that he's covering your situation. Yes, it seems hard. Yes, it seems like you're alone. But this is why in the Getting God's Presence video, I told you about the meditation, the temptation, and elevation. When you meditate, when you dwell on the goodness of God, when you have intimate conversations with him, intimacy, into me, he sees. He sees into me. He knows what I need. He's there with me every step of the way. You are not alone. That's why these opportunities that James says is for you to have great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So as you're taking those punches left and right, and things seem like they're going down bad, there's supposed to be joy, right? And I know it seems hard, but this is where your test turns into a testimony. See, it says when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. The word endurance comes from enduring, right? It's you being able to hold on tight when the car is going left and right and you're unable to control it. When you fly out of your chair, but you're holding on to everything you got, because when you're rocking back and forth in your chair and the chair is about to hit the ground, but you holding on to everything you got because you know that something is gonna stick to where I won't fall. I won't hit rock bottom. Your endurance, what the fight you have in you. When the fight comes and you're able to fight back, you're able to endure the punches that are being thrown at you. I translated endurance to tolerance, and I know that's not the same thing. Tolerance is when how much you can tolerate until you break. It's different. Tolerance is how much. Endurance is you continuing on all the way to the end. You're continuing to endure. Your endurance has a chance to grow. So yes, at one point it was tolerance, but it turned into endurance. At one point in time, there was a point where somebody could say a bunch of stuff to you and you would break and just snap off or slap them or punch them. But that tolerance, the point where you would break, turned into endurance to where you can just take it. But because in that opportunity you had great joy, because God is on top of your situation, below your situation, on the right of your situation, on the left of your situation, he's behind your situation, he's in front of your situation, he's covering your situation. So you know that when the God who created everything, the creator of all, the author of love, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, when he's there in the midst of your situation, when you know that you're not alone, you have nothing to fear. Your endurance grows stronger. Your endurance lasts longer because you know that this is just a test. You have joy because you know you'll make it out on the other side. Psalms 121, 1 through 2 says, I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord who made the heaven and earth. Going right back. You're not alone because he goes to fight for you. When you look at something that's bigger than you, you can go look at a mountain. You can go look at the ocean. Does your help come from the waves of the sea? No. Does your help come from the rocks on the mountain? No. Does your help come from the rain that's falling from the clouds? No. Your help comes from the one who created all of that. That's what's bigger than you. The Bible talks about you can move a mountain. So how could your help come from something that you can control? It doesn't work like that. See, he created these things, so he has control over your situation. He's already won. He's gone ahead of you to fight. So he already had a running start. He already had a head start. Like I said, beginning and the end. Don't you think he knows the middle? The fight is already won. It's just about your faith growing. It's just about you enduring. That's why I love this episode, because it's reassurance that you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, like a few weeks ago, I took that, I just started releasing loose videos because I was going through a situation in my life, and as I'm still progressing, as I'm still growing my faith in God, and as he's helping me day through day, my endurance is growing. I know that I'm not alone, because the situation that I was dealing with not too long ago, I'm able to get past it. I was dealing with something so bad that I really didn't know my next move. I felt like I was at rock bottom. I didn't know my next move, but through that entire thing, guess what I was still doing? I still had faith in God. My endurance grew. It had the opportunity to grow because I had joy. Because I knew where my help came from. My help didn't come from the mountains. My help came from the one who created the mountains. Just that simple. Okay. Let's take it to those who might be afraid. And you don't have this isn't necessarily reassurance, because what I've said doesn't give you reassurance. Okay, take this. Isaiah 41:10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. I'm sorry, victorious right hand. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. Your hand is victorious because he's already went ahead to fight for you. So it's already won. So don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. Your God. Alpha, Omega, beginning, the end, the creator of all, your God. It don't matter who you are. You know what the word God means. It don't matter if you believe it. You know what it means. And this right here, well, this is my notebook, but this right here, this is real. This is real. This is telling you exactly. This is your reassurance. This is your light at the end of the tunnel. This is telling you that you're not alone. That tunnel that you're walking through that seems so dark, and you see that little speck of light at the end, there's a light standing right next to you, walking with you all the way down the tunnel. You just don't know it. You don't see it, but I guarantee you can feel it. I feel it all day, all night, every single day. No matter what day of the week it is, I feel it. Because I feel him. Because I've built a relationship with him that when things get hard, I know that he's going to be there. See, one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when you say you're afraid, it's okay to be afraid. It's a human emotion. But kingdom believers, I want all kingdom believers to understand that when you are a kingdom believer, this big book right here is giving you the power to get past all of your fears, because it shows you that he's here. It shows you that he's alive. And I know for a fact he's alive, because every situation in my life, I wouldn't be where I am if he was dead. I wouldn't be where I am if he wasn't with me. See, he says, don't be afraid, for I am with you. Fear's gone. You just ensured me that you're here. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. Oh, I'm not discouraged, because I know who you are to me. I know that you have my back 1,000,000,000%. It says, I will strengthen you and help you. Okay, bet. Bet. Strengthen. I will strengthen you and help you. Okay. Strengthen you and help you goes back to James. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. Strengthen, help, grow. It all ties in together. Your endurance, you having faith, the fight, it's all there together. It says, I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. He's already won. And guess what? He's going to hold you up. Say, hey, I brought you out of this. Just that simple. I want everyone to walk away from this podcast episode knowing that they are not alone. Knowing that whenever they go into a fight, whenever they go into a battle, whenever they're being tested, just know that you're not alone. Your entire situation is being covered by his hands. Your entire situation is being covered by his hands. It's just as simple as that. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Make sure you're sharing the video so you can be a light to others and give them reassurance that they are not alone, that someone loves them. Because guess what? I love you. And if you don't believe me, know that God loves you. Continue to believe in the kingdom because the kingdom believes in you.